welcome to the next video, my LPL Summer 2022 preview. I'm going to cover all 17 teams, give you a breakdown of what they did this offseason in between the splits, how they may have improved, and a little bit of a rundown on who is going to start for them. Obviously, with these teams towards the bottom, things are a little more interesting. I included the academy players on their development teams because those players are relevant. They may or may not deserve a shot to improve the regular roster. I'm going to do this for all four major regions. I'm starting with the LPL because obviously they have the most teams, and we don't know when the LPL or LCK are going to start yet, and I don't even think we know when the LEC is going to start. So I'm trying to get these videos filmed, so once I do know, I can start putting them out. So yesterday did LGD Gaming, if you missed that. Here we have Thunder Talk Gaming. They finished tied with LGD. Losing the tiebreaker, so finishing 17th in the standings at 3-13. Academy was okay, not great, 10-12, 16th out of 24 teams. I have them ranked 16th going into the summer split. With these teams towards the bottom, it's more stat-based than it is. I mean, I did watch them all play, but especially with Thunder Talk, quite a few of these players weren't two of the players were players that weren't playing for them towards the end of the split. So the news, they lost their starting top laner, they lost their starting jungler, and their backup top laner. So all three players are out. They demoted captain from mid, which allowed UCal to have the starting role in mid outright. During spring, they did want Chieftain and UCal to start for them. However, they could not come over right away due to, I believe, COVID and visa issues. So eventually they came over, but it was too late, and really, I don't think the team was much better with them in the lineup, if I'm being frank. So, top lane, New is gone, Chelsea is gone. So, Zhao 7 is going to be the starter for now. He played in the development league. KDA is okay, slightly over 3, not that great. CS per minute, solid. He keeps up in his matchup, 8.19. KP is solid, around 57. Kill share is higher than gold share. He actually has a pretty high gold share for top laners at nearly 23%. 10 out of 37. Looking at New stats, New was probably one of the more well-versed top laners in the LPL, playing a lot of different stuff. And 10 out of 37 is okay. I mean, actually, it's probably right around where you want to be for your champion pool and top, I imagine. So those were in Academy. Jujuzi played one game of Academy, so I imagine he's going to have to be the Academy top laner now. He played one game of Pantheon, 5 CS per minute. I don't know if he may have played support at some time during the LDL season. They did have to move around their players. Their backup support was playing AD carry for a little while, which means that I have to imagine this guy may have played support. Nevertheless, I imagine he's going to be the top laner next split. We'll see how this goes. This is why they're 16th. I mean, you can only go up because I had the jungler Frigid ranked towards the bottom of the jungler list. I think I had him last. And the top laner we have no information on, so he's last because there's no information on him. Leading into Frigid played before Chieftain got there. And struggled. A 1.63 KDA is downright awful. 4.85 CS per minute. That's okay if you're ganking a lot, which, I mean, his KP was not that high at only 57.8%. So, in all way, shape, or form, there's no way of really getting around this. This guy is not that great. 16.3 kill share. Gold share higher than kill share is never good. 7 out of 16 champion pool. I mean, he probably should have played less champions and tried to just be better at what he was playing, because I could see why they wanted to improve at jungle, and right now they have no other jungler in Academy or the main roster, which is concerning, especially for them, a new org this past split. They better figure something out. They got to find a jungler off the trash heap because this guy's not doing it. Mid lane, UCal, like I said, is going to keep the job. Captain got demoted. Comparing UCal and Captain's LPL stats, UCal over one more kill in his KDA over Captain at 3.54 to 2.4. A CS every other minute ahead. KP was similar. However, the kill potential was there for UCal, not so much for Captain, at almost 4% higher, and only 1% higher gold share. So with slightly more gold, UCal's doing more than Captain is. Champion pool, 13 out of 26, 7 out of 14. UCal, obviously, we know him from his Korean days not Korean, he is Korean, but his LCK days. He is a well-versed mid laner. He's known around the world for being pretty solid. We'll see how he does with a full split with Thundertalk. It's going to all come down to the jungler, obviously. Jungle, mid, synergy. He's better than Captain, so I can see why Captain was let go. They have Sky down in Academy, and his Academy stats are okay. They're not great. His kill share is lower than his gold share. CS per minute is 8.17, which is okay. We want it higher than 8.5, though, probably upwards towards 9 as a mid laner. Even UCal could do a little bit more in that regard. Mid's okay. I have it as the second best role on the team. I think UCal is solid. He's definitely not the issue with this team. It is the top side of the rift. Puff, solid. I have him the third ranked player on the team. However, I think Puff is okay. I think the peripheral stats and things around him will get better if the team is better. Bot lane is pretty solid for this team. I won't say it's great, but probably mid through support. It's better than a 17th place team. Would I say it's a playoff team when I think of the top 9 to 10 teams? Probably not. But do I think it's better than a 17th place team? Yes. Puff, 9.55 CS per minute, very solid. Even his backup in Bat had 9.6. So when they lane against each other in scrims or in 1v1s or 2v2s down in Bot, they are pretty competitive with one another, at least based on the numbers. Puff, slightly higher KP, 2.5% higher kill share. When you look at Puff and UCal, their kill shares are combined for nearly 60% of the kills, which for the two carries kind of makes sense, but you would like that number to maybe be a little less and the top laner to contribute a bit more. Did more than their gold share indicated, which is good, 25% and 24.5. Champion pool solid, 8 out of 40, 7 out of 34. I think the two bot laners are pretty okay. I'd argue maybe moving one of them to try and find a jungler or a top laner. I don't think you lose that much by having to go with Puff or Bat. And there are other teams that could use a AD carry. LGD, for example, I don't think Eric is that great. So maybe you have an opportunity there to swap out players and try and get Shadow or Kui from LGD. I mean, you both are cellar dwellers, so theoretically can't get much worse. Support, Southwind. I think Southwind's really good. I thought Southwind was good going into spring, and I think he's still pretty okay. Alongside Puff, he was, like I said, he was okay. Their bottom, the team itself is where it is. Obviously, less stats are listed here. I could care less about your kill share or your CS per minute and things like that for a support. Obviously, with CS per minute with bot laners, it gets kind of hairy when you're in a Senna meta. But, so, Southwind, 2.63, 67%, and 13 out of 40 champion pools. Champion pool is quite large, which is okay. Southwind is a well-versed support in the LPL. I'm going to pronounce it Mamai. Mamai, 3.18, 69.1 KP, okay, pretty solid. 9 out of 37. Champion pool is smaller, but 13 out of 40 is pretty damn high. So anything around 10 would be respectable. Another player that maybe you look at moving to try and address this issue up here, they have plenty of players that didn't play at all last split that they have under contract. Patch, Yao, and Chips. Chips played as an 80 carry on the Academy team for a few games, despite being a support main. So, I don't know. Maybe that's the route. Maybe you try and move Southwind or Mamai, and you have Chips play on the Academy team, and you address this issue, because this is an issue. The top lane, very inexperienced, and Frigid isn't that good. So, you know, I mean, looking at it, I don't really know what to say about this team. I think they need help, and there is still some time before the split starts. You got another month here. Maybe they find somebody, but that's how I have it for TTG going into the LPL 2022 summer split. Comment down below if you have an opinion of your own on Thunder Talk. If you are a fan of them, what do you think? What do you think they should do? Do you think there are any free agents out there that make sense? If you watch the LDL, what do you think of the Academy players? And yeah, so subscribe to the channel if you want daily league content. I do MSI 2022 videos every day. I'm doing my previews, as you can see here. I got like 50 videos planned out if my computer can handle it. So stay tuned. Subscribe, like I said. Thank you for watching, and I hope you come back for more content.